Some underrated games have huge potential. It's not always because the game is bad or boring.
My head is not made of muscle.
Sometimes it just comes out at the wrong time. Maybe too close to a massive AAA release, or next to a big company like Rockstar. You can call them hidden gems, underrated gems, whatever you want. Alright, let's begin. Number 20. So, Guardians of the Galaxy kinda got a raw deal. I mean, after Marvel's Avengers, who wasn't ready to just skip the next big Marvel game?
Hey, God of Thunder!
Stay behind me.
Now!
I get it. The expectations were, not great. But this one's actually just a straight-up single-player adventure. Like, no live service nonsense, no never-ending team building, no daily grind or whatever. You're just Star-Lord, running right into one cosmic disaster after another. And when things get a little too wild, you call in the rest of the crew to help out. Combat? Yeah, it's pretty simple. But honestly, that's not even the thing you're here for. The real reason to play is the crew. Rocket's always complaining about something. Drax is just like hilariously literal.
Stand back. I will breach the perimeter.
It's too thick.
Gamora's the one actually making sense, and somehow Groot still manages to get a laugh with just one line. The banter isn't just there to fill space either. It actually makes all the downtime between fights way more fun, and I don't know, it just keeps you going. Sure, some of the fights start to feel the same after a while, but the characters that make the whole game worth playing.
Foolish followers.
Think fast, beard butt!
You know not the gravity of your treacherous trespass. You cannot quell a god. Prepare for oblivion, interloper.
Number 19. The road ahead is at its best when the tiniest screw-up just completely ruins your day. You have to move through every room, like every single thing you touch is going to cost you. Because these creatures, they hunt by sound. And the whole game is basically about sneaking around. And if you want to make it even more stressful, there's this optional mic thing where, if you have a headset, the game actually listens to real noise in your room and the monsters react to it. Which is kind of genius, but also terrifying if you have a loud chair or a cat or something. I think some people are just gonna nope out because of all the careful tiptoeing and hiding, and some of the stuff around the edges is kind of clunky.
Tomorrow I'll look for a radio and see if I can reach someone.
Still, the main idea is super clear. Stay quiet, watch where you step, use whatever the room gives you, and try not to have a panic attack when your character asthma kicks in. Number 18. I know a lot of people just kind of write off Lost Judgment as another Like a Dragon spin-off, but honestly, that's really selling it short. Yagami isn't just out here picking fights with random dudes on the street. He's actually going undercover at Serio High School, getting tangled up in bullying cases,
Let's go kick the shit out of those punks.
and the story just sort of spirals out from there. Students, street punks, some pretty dark stuff in Yokohama. The whole school vibe totally changes the pace compared to the main Like a Dragon games. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of street fighting. Yagami can swap between snake, crane, tiger styles, which is always fun. But honestly, it's the detective stuff that makes Lost Judgment stand out. You're tailing suspects, chasing people down, and messing with gadgets. All this stuff keeps it from just being another brawler, but what I really like is how you're seeing the same old world from a totally different angle. Number 17. GhostWire Tokyo. I feel like nobody really talks about this one enough, which is kind of wild because, look, the city is just, it's a ghost town.
What the hell?
And I mean, literally, there are actual ghosts everywhere. Not just, oh, it's empty, but like, you walk around and it's just spirits doing their thing where you'd normally see people grabbing coffee. The fog is rolling in, everything's locked up, and you just get to wander around, poking into shrines and climbing up on rooftops. The hand gesture combat, though? It's actually pretty cool, at least at first. You're tossing wind, water, fire, all that stuff. And it kind of makes you feel like a supernatural ninja or something. You're yanking cores out of visitors, unlocking more of Shibuya as you clear out the fog. But I gotta admit, after a while, it does get a little repetitive. Like, once you've seen the enemy patterns a few times, it sort of blends together. Number 16. I feel like every time Sleeping Dogs comes up, people are always saying, man, we need a sequel. The whole thing with Wei Shen being undercover, it just throws him into this mess. He's got the cops breathing down his neck.
I trust that my men weren't too rough on you, officer.
But then he's also got to play nice with the triads, so his loyalties are kind of all over the place. And the combat? It's actually super fun. You get to use the environment in all these ridiculous ways to take people out. It's just, I don't know, creative in a way a lot of games aren't. And the whole Hong Kong setting? It's honestly what makes the game pop. You've got these night markets, karaoke bars, just all this stuff that makes the city feel alive. Every mission, you're just feeling that tension because Wei's always walking this tightrope between being a cop and not blowing his cover.
Dog Eye's gonna kill you!
Fuck Dog Eyes! Winston owns this area. You fuck with us, and you'll regret it.
Okay, but please, make sure Dog Eyes doesn't kill me.
Fuck.
Number 15.
I'm right here! Archie, stop! Wait! Fuck! Bastard! You lying bastard! Where are you going? Jesus Christ! I can't fucking die here. Christ. Zeus. Fuck. Come on! Come back! Hey!
Still Wakes the Deep is set on this oil rig called Barra D, and it's December 1975, which is not your usual horror setting at all. I mean, you don't get a creepy mansion or some abandoned hospital. It's just a bunch of workers doing their jobs in a place that's already kind of stressful even before anything weird happens.
I am the fucking king. Do you understand me?
You play as Kaz, who's an electrician. That actually matters here because the way he deals with all the chaos is pretty different from your typical horror protagonist. The game really gets into stuff, like there's this walkway over pitch black water and these flooded corridors that just make everything look super tense. And as things go on, you really start to feel trapped. Like the whole rig is closing in on you. It's cold, it's metal, it's cut off from everything. It's one of the most memorable settings I've seen in a horror game in a while. Number 14.
Time is going to end. Jack, you have to trust me.
Or what?
No, I gotta let you out. Oh God! Oh no! No!
A failed time experiment is already a messy setup, but this one takes it a step further by cutting the story into two distinct forms. Quantum Break is part third-person action game, part live-action show, and that is still a weird thing to see in a big-budget release. You play as Jack Joyce. Time is literally falling apart. Monarch Solutions is running around trying to patch things up, and Paul Serene is just kind of at the center of all the chaos.
That was the first time my power started to manifest. An out-of-control burst of energy that saved Will.
But the thing that really gets me isn't just that they made a show to go with the game, it's that the show actually spends time with the Monarch people. So they're not just faceless goons hiding behind cover. The time powers are like the thing everyone remembers. Jack can just freeze a guy, dump a bunch of bullets into him, zip across the room, or just walk through these frozen-in-time disaster scenes. It's super cool. But if you play it too safe, the fights kind of turn into your standard cover shooter stuff. Number 13.
He's been shot.
Solving a murder is already sort of wild, but what if the detective is the one who gets murdered? That's basically the entire deal with Murdered Soul Suspect. You're Ronin O'Connor, you get killed right at the start, and then you're just stuck as a ghost while your own case keeps going without you. It sounds simple, but it actually makes every crime scene look kind of weird and cool. Like, you can walk through walls, possess people, poke around in their heads, spot clues nobody else can see, all that ghost stuff. You can't just, pick up a phone or grab evidence or even talk to people like you used to. The whole premise kind of does more heavy lifting than the actual gameplay. Like, the investigations?
So, I need to figure out who killed me and stop him.
They're pretty basic, and those demon bits, nobody's playing this for the demon fights. What really sticks with me is just the vibe of Ronin, standing in a room full of cops, trying to solve his own murder while nobody even knows he's there.
I just get back in my body, then maybe I'll wake up. Come on, someone had to hear that glass shatter. No. Come on.
Number 12. Rise of the Ronin. People keep equating this to Neo, as Team Ninja is doing its thing with the stances and the challenging battles and all that. But this isn't simply another mission-based action game where you're battling a slew of supernatural creatures. You're dropped into Bakumatsu-era Japan here, which is really chaotic. The Tokugawa shogunate is breaking down, Westerners are arriving, and everything is shifting.
Japan. The great white whale that's eluded all others.
While Neo forces you through a series of small, focused conflicts, this one is much more concerned with the larger picture. The open world can be a little daunting at times, and indeed, it's a lot. Some individuals grow weary of it. But really, the The finest aspects are simply discovering how your Ronin suits into this chaos of a transforming society. You are sliding along rooftops, swinging around with a grappling hook, and switching between a katana and a revolver every time things get hot.
I will not die till I've netted this whale.
Number 11. Mafia: The Old Country is doing something different. Forget the big American city vibe you probably remember from the old games. This one drops you into early 1900s Sicily, and yeah, it feels way smaller. You play as Enzo Favara, who just got out of forced labor in the sulfur mines and is about to get mixed up with the Torrisi crime family.
I'll be waiting back at Tikera's place. Make sure you clean up.
And here's the thing. This isn't your usual open-world crime game where you're picking jobs off a giant map. Nope. It's way more focused, more old-school Mafia. Now, I know some people are going to bounce off that smaller, more focused setup, especially if you're coming in expecting another giant open-world crime spree. But honestly, that's kind of the point. You're not just running around ticking off boxes. You're actually moving through vineyards, old dusty roads, family homes, and getting into these brutal up-close shootouts and knife fights.
No! Don't touch me, you bastard!
Isabella! Pull him over front. Oh yeah, my father will have you.
Testa di mierda! Figli puttana!
Let's go! Enzo! We can't let them get away! Get in! I drive. You shoot. Better hope you're a fast learner.
Number 10. So, Alan Wake dropped on Xbox back in May 2010, and honestly, the timing could not have been worse. It launched the exact same week as Red Dead Redemption. I mean, come on, that's Rockstar. You just can't compete with that.
Don't kill me, please! I'm just an actor!
So yeah, Alan Wake kinda got steamrolled, and pretty much everyone just went straight for Red Dead instead. The game itself is actually really good, and it's got its own vibe going on. People always call it survival horror, probably because it's super dark and the enemies, I don't know, they kind of look like zombies but with this weird black smoke all over them. But Remedy, the devs, they always said it's more of a psychological thriller. Yeah, I can see that. Gameplay-wise, it's got some Resident Evil vibes, but there's this one twist that makes it stand out. You can't just shoot the enemies, you have to hit them with your flashlight first. It's a cool mechanic.
Oh no! Stop! No! Damn it, die! No! No! No!
Number 9.
Primary, I need to get back out there.
Saros got judged way too quickly. Everyone saw the trailer and just went, oh, it's just Returnal again. Fair enough. It's the same devs, same wild third-person shooting, bullets flying everywhere, weird alien planet, dying over and over.
This is the least of our concerns.
But if you actually give it a shot and look past that first impression, Saros is actually doing its own thing. You're playing as Arjun Devraj, who's this Soltari enforcer guy, and he just gets dumped on Carcosa, which is this lost colony planet with this creepy eclipse just hanging up there in the sky. Progression actually matters in Saros, which is kind of a big deal. You die, obviously, But you're not just getting kicked all the way back to square one like some old-school roguelite. You keep your weapons, your suit upgrades, your whole loadout. So even when you totally mess up, you're still making progress. That alone makes it way less punishing, especially if Returnal just bounced you right off.
It was promised!
I need to know that I just made the right decision.
It's me, boss.
Haven't seen Tarn since he sabotaged our ship. Thought he was dead. Just like you.
Wait, how long? Since the last time the sun died, Kev. Yeah, I remember seeing the eclipse and then...
Number 8. SOMA is a first-person sci-fi horror game from Frictional Games. Yeah, the same folks who did Amnesia, so you already know it's going to mess with your head. It dropped back in 2015 for PC and PS4, and then made its way to Xbox One a bit later. Simon Jarrett, just a regular dude in Toronto who gets a brain scan after a nasty car accident.
All files in order. Will this hurt? It's just a scan. It'll hurt about as much as getting your picture taken.
Next thing you know, Simon wakes up in Pathos 2, which is this gigantic underwater research base way under the Atlantic Ocean. SOMA doesn't scare you with monsters. It goes way deeper, throwing all these wild questions at you about what it actually means to be you. If someone copies your brain into a robot, is that still you? Or just some knockoff that thinks it's you?
Be quiet! Don't look at it!
Number 7. Taking guns out of Far Cry sounds like a disaster, but it flips the whole vibe in those first few hours. Far Cry Primal just takes you straight into Oros as this Beastmaster guy from 10,000 BCE, and suddenly all your usual weapons are gone. No assault rifle, no jeep, none of that radio tower grind. You get a bow, a spear, a club, some fire, bait, and whatever wild animal you can manage to tame. The Stone Age makes everything feel way rougher. You actually have to hunt for materials, and the dark, it's not just for atmosphere. Predators get way nastier at night. Outposts? Forget running in guns blazing. Now you're sending an owl to scout ahead like prehistoric drone. Sure, the Ubisoft map stuff is still hanging around, and yeah, it can get a bit samey. But honestly, Primal stands out because taking away the guns forces you play Far Cry on hard mode. Number 6. Being a doctor and a vampire at the same time? That's just a way cooler idea than most of the actual combat in Vampyr. 1918 London, right after the war, the city's already a mess with the flu and people everywhere just kind of waiting for someone to help them out. So, your job is complicated. You go around talking to people, figuring out their problems, maybe patching them up with some medicine, and you have to decide if you're going to feed on them for more power.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting.
Combat can get kind of stiff, and I think a lot of people are probably going to care more about the conversations than the actual fighting, which is fair enough. But the whole Dr. Vampire thing just keeps dragging you back in, like, if you don't feed on people, Reed stays weak and every fight is a slog. But if you do feed, London just gets worse and worse, and you start seeing the consequences in the district health system.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
Number 5. A short campaign isn't always a bad thing, especially when the game's simple and punchy. Ryse, Son of Rome? Total Xbox One launch flex. You can see exactly where all that budget landed the second you boot it up. Marius Titus stomps through Rome, Britannia, and the Colosseum, and it's all big battles, chunky armor, brutal close-up executions, and a revenge story that kicks off when his family gets wiped out.
I will kill every last one of you!
Is it deep? Not really. What actually keeps you glued is the spectacle. Soldiers slogging through mud, the roar of the arena crowd, fire lighting up the Roman streets. It's all super straightforward. And you can blast through the whole thing pretty quick, but sometimes that's all you need.
As safe as we can be.
Safe? Yes, safe, thank God. But you... What family? What's your name, soldier?
Marius. But my name is of no import. My story, however, is.
Number 4. So, Kena Bridge of Spirits. At first glance, it looks super friendly. You see the bright forests and those little rot guys just hanging out.
Oh, it's alright.
And you think, oh, this is going to be a chill time. But the fights are way tougher than you'd expect. Like, you're not just strolling through some pretty village fixing tiny problems. You actually have to block, swing your staff, shoot arrows, keep track of what the rot are doing, and the enemies can smack you around a lot harder than you'd think. And look, the rot aren't just there to be cute. You actually have to find them, build up your little squad, and then use them to move stuff around, solve puzzles, and even help out in fights. The story keeps circling back to these trapped spirits and broken memories, and there's this whole abandoned village thing going on near the mountain shrine.
Let me help you. I can heal these spirits and restore balance to the forest.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
Number 3. Let's be real, the only reason Mad Max is still kicking around is the car. Not the movie name, not some big story hook. It's all about the magnum opus. The game just leaves you in the wasteland and says, here's your busted ride, now make it into something that won't explode the second you look at it funny. You're out there grabbing scrap, slapping on armor, smashing into enemy cars, and just barreling down these endless, dusty roads where every convoy is basically an invitation to chaos. The loop is dead simple. Once you hear that engine, you get it. I'm not going to pretend the open world isn't a bit samey. You've got camps, scrap, another upgrade, more desert. It's a lot of the same. But here's the thing. The game gets way better when you just let the road take over. Nobody's replaying this for the story. It's the road, the magnum opus, and that whole upgrade grind that keep you coming back.
Get in the car! Wait, this is my tabernacle! Let's go! Get in the car, come on!
Number 2. Lords of the Fallen is kind of all about this whole axiom and umbral thing, which means the living world and the dead world. And you're just flipping between them with this umbral lamp. But this is not just another Souls-like with a dark setting. The whole dual realm thing actually changes how you look at, like, everything.
Great potential dwells within you, doubtless.
That hallway you thought was a dead end? Maybe it's only dead in one world. Or you take a shortcut and oops, you're suddenly in the wrong layer and now the fight is way worse. I think Lords of the Fallen only really clicks if you're thinking about Mornstead and Umbral first, not just ticking off the usual Souls-like boxes. And maybe that's what makes it stand out. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Even as our suffering continued, I honored my pledge of patience to the Exactor. And yet you now appear before me, a stranger, bearing what was not yours to receive. A betrayal made flesh, and one I cannot brook.
Number 1. Alright, so at number 1, yeah, it's The Evil Within. This is one of those survival horror games where you never really get to relax. You're always on edge, and Sebastian, he's just constantly scrounging for whatever scraps he can find. Ammo, health, matches, whatever. And that whole vibe of never having enough, it totally changes how you play.
Thank God you're okay.
You're digging through every cabinet hoping for 2 more bullets. That's why I think The Evil Within is still super underrated, even years later. It's not perfect. The camera gets weird sometimes, and the story kind of jumps all over the place. But the way the environments keep flipping between creepy and just straight up hostile, it keeps you guessing. And the Keeper? That dude is nightmare fuel. Easily one of the most iconic horror enemies out there.